Ladies, the Chicago Bears have named Caleb Williams, even though that's not really breaking news for real.
It's
It's your
not.
boy Stevo with my boy Kev, and we gonna pretty much talk about the press conference that just happened with our rookies and our head coach right after this.
Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
Thank y'all tuning in for another live episode of Chicago Bears Central, the number one sports for all Bears content. Hey man, so let's get straight into it. So first, before we even knew it was gonna be breaking news, Caleb Williams was saying by a question. Everybody was the question was like, do you think? Everybody knows Caleb's the quarterback coming in. Do you think such and such? He's like, yeah, he already know. It is. It's something we don't got to explain about it. So, just before we get deep dive right into the real divvy of the whole press conference, how you feeling about us knowing who our quarterback gonna be day one?
I mean, we knew who our quarterback was going to be the second they traded Justin Fields. There's no quarterback controversy in Chicago. There was no. I mean, it was just like a passing question that one of the reporters asked Eberflus, and he was like, "Oh yeah, of course he's the starter," and that's exactly how we taking it. Yes, he the starter. There's no question about it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I'm with you. Same thing. Like we already knew whatever the case was going to be. Either Justin was going to be the starting quarterback, or whoever we decide was going to be the quarterback, which was going to be Caleb Williams, was going to be a starter day one. And it should have been no thoughts. Everybody was like, oh, everybody was trying to make the whole topic of like, should we do like what they did with Patrick Mahomes and what they did and I'm like, it's a completely different situation. This is the best situation a number one pick has ever got themselves into. So there's no doubt
Do
he
you
should be starting. Go ahead.
do you see Alex Smith on the sidelines waiting? Do you
Exactly.
see Andy Reid coaching and calling plays? Absolutely not. There's no reason to even consider putting Caleb Williams on the bench. Now, I will say, temper your expectations about what he's going to do in his first year as a quarterback in the NFL. But besides that, yes, he's going to start from day one.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I think we all knew that. But let's get straight into this press conference, though. So the first speaker of the day was our head coach and Matt Eberflus, looking like I don't even know something. Hey, did you hear his story about how he got the beard?
Nah.
So y'all said it's because his wife. And now it can't go nowhere because fans are saying we got Caleb since you had the beard. We got all these trades, got the beard. And I ain't gonna lie, you look like a weird father anyway when you don't have a beard. So you better keep that beard.
Yeah, keep the beard. He looks like
Oh
a
yeah.
leader of men with that beard.
Yeah, instead of somebody looking like a weird pastor that nobody wants to talk to. But he started off by saying that he had a meeting with the rookies today. As y'all know, they dropped the videos of the rookies reporting to camp last night, kind of around the 7ish hour. You seen Karen, you see Rome, you see Kayla walk in, a punter, and he basically, talked about what's going to go down, the terminology, getting to know each other, this, that, and the third. Of course, they're going to have some on-field practice today. They did the press conference before they went into practice, so they just kind of talked about little things here and there. But what is your thought and process? Because the key thing he kept on saying is we got to stay where our feet at. He said that more than once. And that's kind of what his slogan is, but he's saying we gotta stay with our feet and we take it one step at a time. So what was your first thoughts on that?
Well, first, I didn't know that Karan was injured, had a quad injury, but apparently that happened in
Yes.
college, so they're taking him slow so that he can be ready for actual camp as opposed to the rookie mini camp.
Yeah,
But
so he
hey,
will not be playing, he would not be doing anything physical today. So
right, he's not even going to
or
practice at
anytime
all.
soon. Yeah.
Right. So but I like the fact that they have a plan in place. I like the fact that they're really catering this mini camp to the rookies to the point where, it's basically they just got to show up and follow directions and pay attention. And you can tell that everybody's excited. Everybody's excited. I like what he said about Caleb Williams' work ethic. I like what he said about the whole organization starting fresh with a new quarterback as opposed to inheriting a situation like he did with Justin Fields. And it's top to bottom. It's not just with the quarterback, but with everybody that's coming in. The Bears look have a lot of new pieces in place across the field. So I like the way that Eberflus approached the meeting today and how the Bears are approaching this minicamp.
Yeah. Now I do gotta throw this in because I sent the text. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, that was a little bit shady right there. But I believe the question was posed to Flus, and it was asked like, how is everybody feeling around with the coaches? How you feel like you're getting across to the players and everything? And he said, we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun. And this is his words. He says, fun is easier to have fun when you have coaches that know what they're doing. And when he said that, I was like, oh, that's a motherfucker this and Gatsy and a couple people. And it's true because we seen it in the season, even with our former quarterback and everything, arguing in mid-game about what formations we're gonna be. We didn't really see that cohesive unit on the sidelines. It was always felt like they was completely separated from each other. And I think it's kind of like it was funny, but at the same time, it's like you built that damn staff. So it's kind of like you throwing yourself kind of under the bus as well. But it also kind of shows the type of depth and time it took for them to bring this whole staff together, to the fact that now he feels like he has an actual staff together to put together a winning team. What was your thoughts on that?
So here's the thing. That just goes to show that maybe he wasn't the person that put all those pieces into place.
Oh,
Now he
no,
did.
was.
I'm just saying, but he did bring that defensive coordinator in, and that guy,
Mhm.
he I don't know what happened with him, but shout out to Peanut though. He was there today, at the rookie mini camp. And honestly, even if he put that staff together, sometimes you gotta learn from your mistakes and get new lieutenants and new generals in place. Because the Bears, there are 4 games last season where they just literally took victory from themselves, and that's on coaching. That's on Eberflus on down, so he can take accountability himself. But surrounding yourself with people who do know what they're doing is important. It's just very important. Honestly, there's no way the Chicago Bears are going to be successful as an organization if the other coaches don't know what they're doing either. So I'm excited to see what they can do, what type of product they're going to put out on the field.
Most definitely, and they feel pretty excited about things. They every time somebody brings up the name Shane, everybody lights up because they just know and they feel so confident in what they got coming in here. Before we go to Rome, what was your thoughts on every time he talks about Shane? Like he has a different type of light about him. It's not only him but the whole team.
Yeah, because he's around an offensive mind now. Whereas with Lukey Dookie, that guy was just, let's be honest, he rode the coattails of a Hall of Fame quarterback to a offensive coordinator job. He wasn't even an offensive coordinator. He was a quarterback's coach
Never
in Green
right.
Bay. And he found himself in a situation where honestly he was just outclassed. Like he was overwhelmed with having to draw up plays in situations where we had to get the ball down the field. So Shane Waldron is walking into a situation where you know how Chicago public schools was. If you just showed up and you was quiet and nice, you was gonna get good grades. Yeah.
Yep.
So Shane Waldron's walking to a situation where the class clown is no longer around, because this dude Luke Getsy was a terrible offensive coordinator. Anybody following up him is gonna make the head coach smile. Like anybody is gonna make him smile.
And it kind of like, around this time going into camp, we was hearing so many things, especially when when the pads came on, we kept on hearing every day, like, I don't know if the offense winning today. It looked like the defense is dominating them.
Yeah, last year,
That's
yeah.
all, and I'm pretty sure that kind of got on the coaches as well at the end of the day, especially at this level. Coaches, especially defensive coaches, want to be challenged because they know the offensive threats they're going to be met with each week. So if they feel like they're dominating you every freaking week in practice, it almost feels like we're not getting any better. We don't know how to prepare for other things because we smacking y'all every time we in practice. So you got, especially now, you got a dog like Eric Washington his ear now. You got Shane Waldron and Kerry, everybody that they just brought in. It's a real legit. It's 2 teams. It's not just like you got the defense and you got the coaching team that you got to worry about as well. So that it. So let's get the next talker in this press conference was our future probably number 1 wide receiver, Rome Odunze. You know, they didn't really ask him too much. A lot of them was how your feelings, how's it like catching the ball from from Caleb. And the thing that I got away with it when he says everything he does is effortless. The throws that he makes that is difficult for everybody else, it's not difficult to him. And for his age, he's very fundamentally sound. And that was it made it once again, it's just making me feel way more better than some of the critiques that I had him before he came in, because like I said, it wasn't that I don't think that he could have done it. It was because the offense that he was in didn't really ask him to do all that. But what was your thought on that though?
Well, one, I like Rome's approach. When he said that DJ Moore came to him and told him it's going to be a race to 1K, and that every wide receiver should have a wide receiver one mentality. I love that about the kid.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up.
And the fact that he mentioned how important it is to take what he learns in the classroom in terms of studying the playbook and everything and immediately translating it to the field. That was dope. I like the fact that he's excited to be on the team with Caleb Williams, and the fact that they're both two rookies learning together. And when he said that he's very talented and it's effortless of how he can throw on schedule, off schedule, from any angle and get it there, and that you have to be ready as a receiver, because even if you don't think you open, you can find yourself with the ball in your hands. That was good. And I also like what he said about Shane Waldron. They asked him, how did he feel about Shane Waldron's offense? Did he watch many Seahawks games? He's like, hey, I'm not really a Seahawks fan, so I didn't watch their games, but I have been watching tape since I've been drafted here on Shane Waldron's offense. And he said, hey, it's explosive at times where it needs to be. You got the intermediate stuff as well. So hey, and he said he's dialed in. The fact that he said that a successful mini camp for him would be the fact that he just stayed dialed in, stayed focused. All of that's important.
God damn, you taking all my talking points, kid.
You asked me what I thought about Rome.
I'm just go ahead,
I'm answering what you thought. I took notes too. So no, but that's it, man. I love all the stuff that he had to say, bro. Like, he seems like he's very focused, like very, very focused and ready to come in and be the number one receiver right now, regardless of who was on the team.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like, he basically said, like, he wants everybody to have the mindset in the wide receiver room that they're number one, that they could walk away this year with 1K. He wants a very healthy, competitive relationship with all his wide receivers. And we're starting to see that, like, even with those interviews even with the defensive side of the ball, like, you see DJ and TJ talking shit, but it's healthy, it's fun, it's a brotherhood there. And it's really like that because like I said last night in the live, everybody that's been on this team for at least a year now is ready to win at this point. They could give a damn what their personal stats is at this point. But the fact that he's coming in and he wants everybody on that and just like that coming at him on defensive side, it shows me so much about him. But like you just said, he wants to be dialed in and very detailed. With him being next to Keaton Allen, who's basically the definition of that in a wide receiver, how you feel he's going to learn from him?
He's about to learn a great amount from him and DJ Moore. This is why Rome is walking into probably a better situation than Caleb Williams, in my opinion, because Caleb Williams is going to have to learn their route trees and where they break out and all that stuff, how they come out of their breaks, how fast they are, so where to put the ball, where they like it. But Rome is going to be able to learn the ins and outs of jamming people on the line, of running your routes, how to stick your foot in the ground and get out. I mean, like, you're talking about DJ Moore. You're talking about Keenan Allen too, bro. Like, Rome is walking into a situation where he's going to get a wealth of knowledge, bro. A wealth of knowledge from pros, a super duper pro. Because, of course, Keenan Allen's like, 32, 33 years old. And then you also have DJ, who's just coming into his own, who's ready to catapult himself into superstar status. And then you got Rome. Yes. So Rome is in a beautiful situation. And the fact that he's already ready to learn, he's not coming in with this diva mentality, is all the more better for the Chicago Bears.
And, speaking of divas, the quarterback who's everybody thought he's going to be a diva came in next. And like I keep saying, even each time Caleb talks, it's a level of humbleness that I've seen each and every time. He coming in and he not even thinking about some of the stuff he thinking about. He worried about the terminology. He even said that when he was in on his 30th visit, which he kept on saying, the 30 visit was huge. And he said that more than once. So they even asked him, some people asked him, like, did you get asked for some early access for the playbook? He said, if I could, when I could get early access, I got it. And he even said he's starting to teach some people some terminology in the playbook that if case they don't know, he feels like he's capable and has the understanding to do it such that as well. So just coming off rip from his first few comments in the press conference, what you think of Caleb Williams so far?
I mean, so like I never really bought like once the Bears decided to move on from Justin Fields, I did a lot of studying on Caleb Williams because we heard all the brouhaha. Oh, he wants to have stock in the team, and oh, he doesn't want to come to the Bears, and oh, yada yada yada. Oh, he's a diva. His dad is all up in the business, and so on and so forth. And it's been the furthest thing from the truth, at least in my experience, from the things that I've read about him and looked up on and researched. This kid is humble, and he knows that he doesn't know it all. The fact that he said he felt good about the top 30 and it was important to get the verbiage, the drops and the cadence and all of that stuff after he left the top 30. He's been diving into the playbook so he can teach others. And what he said after that is what stood out to me. The fact that he wants to teach others, and if he can't teach others, that shows him what he doesn't know. Like that's
a fact.
that's huge.
Yeah,
That's
like,
huge.
and that takes the type of person like I keep saying, I keep learning more about the person, Caleb. Like what you just said, he feels like if he can sit here and spit it out to a point that you can understand it, that means it's more work to be done on his part. One of the first things he said starting off in this conversation, I'm still getting used to learning people's names, which means he's still building relationships throughout with his teammates, which is the most important thing. That's the most important foundation of any successful kinship with a quarterback and his team. It's not just his wide receivers or his O-line, with his team. When they're going to look to him when things get rough, they're going to look to him. They're going to look at his body language when things is rough, when the trenches is getting shaken up and they need somebody in their leadership to calm them down and get them right, or to fire them up when they need to. He brings it all. So
he said that he was going to stay even keeled, like even after mistakes,
yep.
and that helps him and his teammates. But go ahead.
And it was like you reading my mind today. It's like that's what I was going into next. Like he kept on mentioning, like he expects himself to make a lot of mistakes, but he's still willing to learn from it. That's all. If anything, it's almost like he's kind of phrased it like he's ready to get the mistakes out the way so he can get right.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why he's able to get the mistakes out the way, because he's gonna make them, is because he's already taken. Way before he even got drafted, he had already taken whatever he discussed with the Bears to his private quarterback coach and started implementing it and started working on it so that he can be prepared now. So way back in, March, April, he was already working on things that Eberflus and Shane put in his ear so that he can be ready now in minicamp. And, honestly, man, the Bears have put him in a situation where he already has a solid foundation. And he said it started today. The structure's already in place to help him get off to a good start. So, and what he said about Shane Waldron and how important it is for him to have a strong relationship with him. And he loves the fact that Shane Waldron has worked with other quarterbacks throughout his career. And that's going to be something that he can learn from. So I'm already anticipating that Caleb is talking to Shane Williams about his time with the Rams, about
Shane
his
Williams.
Caleb Williams is talking to Shane Waldron about his time with all the different quarterbacks that he's worked with and all the different organizations that he's worked with as well.
Nah, for real. And yeah, like that's the thing. Like he's very curious, and like it just puts all the doubters for all the people talk shit. Like, why would he want to come to the Bear? Do that, and that. He is well comfortable with everybody on this staff, from his teammates to the coaches. And he said that today. I have full confidence to make these mistakes because I know I'm going to have help. I'm going to have help from my coaches. I'm going to have help from my teammates. I'm going to have help from the people in the building. And I've told people, like, yeah, the last fucking 20 years sucked. That shit was horrible. It was damn near depressing. I was getting tired of fucking starting up my Monday, and I'm in a fucked up mood because we lost. But when you really sit down and look at it, the damn Mikowskis did what they said. They moving the fuck back, and they're getting people in that know football, and they're doing the right thing, and it's showing. The whole culture has changed. Mm-hmm. You can see it from top to bottom. And I've always said that's what builds championships, kid.
Yeah, and they're starting. This is just the foundation of a culture, because you have to build a winning culture, one game at a time. But it does start in mini camp. That's the foundation. Well, it starts in the draft, at least in this situation with the Bears. But one thing that I also liked was when they asked him toward the end about his leadership and what he thinks about it. And he was like, hey, to be a great leader, you have to follow. So I got both ears open and my mouth shut. And then he said once he learns the culture from every position, not just the wide receivers, but from the tight ends, the running back, the defense, so on and so forth, then he can start to assert himself as a leader. But right now, he doesn't even consider himself the leader of this team because he in rookie minicamp himself. And it's also interesting the way he talked about his former teammate, his teammate from USC, who's who's trying out. He's a walk-on. So
he's trying out for our team. Yeah.
What's his name? Jackson.
Jackson.
But when he was talking to him, talking about him, he was like, hey, he's trying to make the team just like I am. Like, because he was really referring to himself as a rookie who's in rookie minicamp, just trying to learn, just like a person who ain't even get drafted. So the humility's there as well. Like, he doesn't want his college teammate to feel like, oh, well, you're Caleb Williams. You're the number one overall pick. No, we both learned in this playbook.
Comment.
Go ahead.
I just got to address this comment. What do you mean, like, too much trust is given to Williams? What do you?
Yeah, what you mean by that?
What trust have we gave him?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Acting like we gave this motherfucker the key of the city already.
Should the Bears not have named him the starting quarterback already? Are you saying that he needs?
We already knew he was gonna be it.
You saying he got to go earn it?
So right, he got to earn it through mini camp against fucking Tyson Bagent. That's what you talking about? That's the trust that we ain't been doing.
Yeah,
like I don't know what y'all mean by that, but like I said, like he don't even feel like he that motherfucker yet.
Right.
He said it himself. Like, he know it's a lot to learn here. So like, we ain't deeming him nothing. We not glorifying him nothing. We know what he's gonna bring here, but like, too much trust. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't.
Exactly. And King Booker World, you're right. MHJ is looking like what everybody said Williams was gonna be. But his dad is teaching him that, like, hey, you got to be the diva. You got to have the give me the damn ball mentality, and that's fine. At the end of the day, man, you have to have trust in the quarterback that you drafted number 1 overall. It doesn't make sense to draft him if you don't trust him. That makes 0 sense. Like, why would you draft somebody that you can't trust?
Like I said, if you mean naming him quarterback before, I don't know what to tell you, because like I said, we know damn sure we're not starting Tyson Bagent day one. And if that does happen, something fucking wrong happened. So like, the trust shit, for one, I don't think they're overdoing it with the trust. And 2, like Kev said, you have to have trust. You can't just sit here and be like, okay, we had something here that we could build off of. For you to trade them away and to actually go and this is still a risk. At the end of the day, we all feel good about it, but technically this is still a risk. So you have to have a big amount of trust in this guy for him to become here. And for the situation we in, we fucking ready to win.
Yeah, I'm okay with Bears fans approaching this situation with cautious optimism or even like flat out trepidation. But at the end of the day, we have to borrow from the great Philadelphia 76ers tagline, we have to trust the process here. And in reality,
I want to take that tagline because that process still fucked up.
But you get what I'm saying, because you VP out of that process. So at the end of the day, man, Caleb Williams, it's gonna take time. There's nobody sitting here saying that he's gonna hit the ground and throw for 5,000 yards in his first season and 50 touchdowns and lead the Bears to the Super Bowl. But we do expect there to be growth over the next few seasons to the point where we can believe in this franchise again. Because honestly, this franchise hasn't done anything to earn all of this 230 people in the chat right now, 20,000 people on this page, commenting, watching all the content. The Bears themselves, the organization, they haven't earned, at least in the last 15, 20 years, the loyalty that we have. So it's time for them to start gaining our trust again, plain and simple. And they started the process last year when they, got the new GM, they got the new president. And then here we are now with a new quarterback and new wide receivers and the best offense on paper that we've ever seen.
I was just about to say that. I was just literally about to say that. Like, I don't know how much trust. I got full trust in the situation. Mm-hmm. He just sat here. We was in hell for a second. We didn't know how we was going to turn this team around. And he sat here and did it. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's too much trust at all.
Now, at the end of the day, I do expect the Bears to make the playoffs this season. They've opened the window for themselves, and it's time for them to finally deliver on all the stuff they've been telling us for the last 5 years. Go ahead.
Now I'm just going to read what he said. This is from some random black dude. What a name. He said, the thing that I love about this is the first time I feel like every game will be winnable. Doesn't mean that we will, but I'll watch because no idea who is better than us on the field. Hey, I'm right there with you. Like, and it's not necessarily because I felt like a lot of those games last year was winnable, but I'm way more confident in coming into these games because I know we don't have a stupid mug calling plays no more on offense. I would say I know we actually fixed up the line a little bit. We fixed up the weapon side, and we got a quarterback that we believe in,
and an actual offensive coordinator. What was it? The Minnesota game where it was 18 screenplays. Like, it was ridiculous.
Only thing it wasn't even that. You got our quarterback hurt because you want to run a empty set and they blitz on third down.
Yeah, like it's 3rd and 2 and we're gonna do a wide receiver reverse. We're gonna run back. Bro,
and the tight end go snap the damn ball.
Right, and you want to run the ball. You want to run the ball out of shotgun on 4th and 1. So you got to pick up 5 yards just to get the one that you need. Like, come on, bro. Let's not ignore. Let's not forget how terrible we were.
What are you?
He got to be talking to somebody else, bro. He ain't talking to us. Move on. We ain't got to.
You can't be talking to us. Yeah, all right, you better go back into the damn nature to find Jesus.
Something, bro. You don't even address it. Look at him, y'all. Now I want to jump on the. Who is he talking? Hold on. Who are you talking about, bro? We jumping on the bandwagon of Caleb. We not gonna let you. Who? First of all, who is we?
Who the fuck is you?
And then who are you talking to? Like you over here. Hey,
your name is Mr. Hebrew. If you don't go praise to some Hebrew lights and get the fuck on.
Hey, chat. This dude must be new to the channel because this guy is tweaking hard. V-Dog.
What are you talking about?
It's not my head. I'm not hesitation. I don't have the hesitation. I'm saying that I can understand Bears fans being cautiously optimistic because, we'd have been burned too many times. So I get it. But I'm not going to say that the Bears are putting too much trust in them. And I'm also not going to say that Justin Fields, like this channel has been consistent about how we felt about the entire Justin Fields situation. This entire panel was okay with, we all love Justin Fields, but we were decidedly okay with whatever the organization decided to do. And since then, I don't even know why we're addressing this dude.
Oh, I was just about to say, I don't even know. That motherfucker go to the wilderness and praise us, do something. Yeah, because like I said, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. At the end of the day, like you said, you must be new here. Go watch some old shit because you don't know what you're talking about. But at the end of the day, you need to lose.
Get his ass, bro. Get his ass. Get his ass, bro.
First of all, you talking from your Dorito chip finger ass phone right now. You in your mama's basement talking about you need to lose. Your ass can't even move.
Get him.
You in this bitch talking about a Hebrew.
Get him.
Who the fuck names theyself a Hebrew? You not even a Hebrew. You from here. Always trying to take some shit. You ain't. nigga.
He's talking about some weed. Like, what does he mean by
What is you
we
talking
not
about?
gonna
Like, I'm
let
tired
you?
of these fans that think they can gatekeep some shit.
Right.
Oh, you can't be a fan. Who the fuck is you?
Goofball. That's who he is. A big old goofy. He lucky
You
Haize
a-
not here to light his ass up. That's a
like I said, go to
look.
the fucking go get in the goddamn prayer line and go to the wilderness like Jesus did to show us a Hebrew.
Oh my mama, man. But yeah, so it was a good press conference today though, Stev0. Minicamp is in full swing. It feels like the Bears did the right thing drafting Rome. Like I was of the mind state that the Bears should have drafted a defensive player at number 9. But it feels like Rome is going to be a fixture in this offense. And I think Caleb Williams is going to benefit from having a rookie that's going to grow and develop with him. And then they can have a nice rapport on and off the field. Now, I do want to address they're off the field. These guys have been to Cubs games. They went to the Sky game. Shout out to the Chicago Sky for having a great preseason, by the way. They also have gone out to dinner, and they've all been working together on the field too. So this offensive unit of wide receivers and quarterback, it seems like they're already prepared to take this city by storm, both at Soldier Field and around the city. How you feeling about that?
Hey, bro, like I said, they just turning the city up, and that's one thing that we needed. Like, and that's one thing that shows you, like, it's starting to be a new era in Chicago. Like, there wasn't a lot of many people going to games. Like, I will be consistent. I will give his credit. Kobe is one of those people that did go to Sky games, and other games around. But like, when you have the face and a big face like Caleb Williams going to everybody's game and they're consistently do it, and if we start being good, like if we get in the playoffs with the Sky, that's gonna want people to go to White Sox games and Cubs games. The Cubs is fucking, I hate saying this, but they look pretty good right now. If they make it to the playoffs, you should expect to see some Sky players at the Cubs games, some Bears players at the Cubs games, and that only does wonders for us as a fan base, as a city. And yeah, it's just a way of turning the city up, and we needed it because we was in purgatory for a nice little minute.
Now, this is another one. As long as the wide receivers don't get upset over not getting the ball, it's looking like they're going to be a phenomenal group. If you missed it earlier, we talked about Rome and how he was addressing that situation. And DJ Moore approached him and said, "Hey, it's going to be a race to 1K between him, Keenan Allen, and Rome." And honestly, Rome's response to that was like, "Hey, if you don't feel like you're good enough to be, or if you don't even feel like you are the wide receiver 1, then you don't even need to be in the
You don't need to
room.
be here.
You don't even need to be in the room." So those guys are all going on the field, not necessarily expecting to get the ball, but expecting each other, that they're lifting each other up. Like these guys all understand that they're one unit, and they move as one. So if it's a game where Keenan Allen get 20 catches and DJ only get 5 and Rome only get 1, but you get the W, I think that's all that matters to these guys.
And like I said earlier, they're so excited for Shane because they already know what's going to happen. They have full confidence that this offense is going to be so dynamic and each person is going to eat. They'd already said there's going to be games where I'm not. DJ said it out his mouth. There's going to be games where I'm not going to cook, but that means Keenan go cook. There's going to be games where Keenan don't cook, I'm going to cook, and then if I ain't cooking, Rome going to cook. That's how he think, and that's how a lot of these players have already been here. Like I said, I don't think a Cole Kmet is going to care that much if his numbers drop, as long as he getting touchdowns and he's scoring and they winning. I don't think DJ is going to care if he's dropping in the summer, and especially Keenan. I really think he don't care about his stats. He really just want to win at this point.
Oh yeah,
this is DJ best team he ever seen, and close to Keenan's probably second to third best team he ever seen in his life. And it damn shows something Rome ain't never experienced in his life. So I think they all know what to expect based off this whole coaching staff, especially with Shane. Like I said, in this whole system, the third wide receiver got 90 targets, which is unheard of.
Isn't that crazy? And he was tweaking, talking about some, I don't know.
He was tripping.
Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Like,
you
bro,
had 90 targets.
You had 90 targets, but you had 60 fucking receptions. That means you wasn't catching the ball.
Right. I'm telling you, man, I feel like Shane Waldron wakes up every day with his dick hard, thinking about the things that's about to happen with this offense.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in for another episode live of Bears Central. Kev done made me uncomfortable, as he always do.
But you get what I'm saying, though, bro. Like the anticipation of what he could do, all the moving parts of this offense.
Yo, you not gonna just scheme past that like you ain't just say that. What do you mean?
No Diddy. My bad. No Diddy.
It's too late. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of Chicago Bears Central. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Call the number in the description. You know they do mailbags on the weekend. We've been waiting. Tell me what y'all think about mini camp about to start. Caleb Williams is our quarterback with everything. Like, comment, subscribe, and it's been real. We'll check with y'all in another